We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos led the site inspection of a government housing project called Bagong Sibol in Marikina City that would benefit low-wage earners and LGU workers. The groundbreaking of the 5-hectare project was led by Secretary Jose Rizalino Acuzar of the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development and Marikina City Mayor Marcelino Teodoro. Under the government's Pambansang Pabahay para sa Pilipino Zero ISF program, the Marcos administration targets to address the 6.5 million housing units backlog in the country by constructing at least 1 million housing units per year for the next 6 years. The government will also allot 36 billion pesos annual interest to complete the project. At least 1.7 million jobs will be created throughout the project. The Department of the Interior and Local Government attributed the zero casualty in northern Luzon to the swift action of the 282 local chief executives in the region. Interior Secretary Benhur Abalos said the immediate response of the LGUs spell a difference in the government's response efforts, particularly in areas closer to the epicenter. Based on the data gathered by the DILG field offices, 74 of 77 local chief executives in the Cordillera region were manning their posts and were on top of the earthquake response efforts. Likewise, 125 of the 128 from Region 1 and 85 out of 93 from Region 2 were also reported to be present at the work during and after the quake. Among the measures being undertaken are the conduct of evacuation in affected communities, provision of relief goods to the internally displaced persons, ongoing conduct of rapid damage assessment and needs analysis in their respective areas, and the deployment of all heavy equipment in strategic areas. The chief executives also convened their respective local disaster risk reduction and management councils for an emergency response meetings and activated all concerned barangay DRRMCs. Various ports have canceled their trips as Tropical Storm Paeng prepares to make landfall. Cebu Pacific and Cebu Pacific Go have canceled their trips to Dipolog, Kawayan, Rojas City, Cotabato, Masbate, Naga, Surigao, and Del Carmen at the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange or PITX. The trips via Rojas, Oriental Mindoro, Iloilo City, Southern Leyte, Davao City, Occidental Mindoro, and Catanduanes have been canceled since this morning. Sea trips have also been canceled in the ports of Eastern Leyte, Samar, Bicol Region, Marinduque, Quezon, Batangas, Romblon, Mindoro including Puerto Galera, Masbate, Bohol, Panay, and Guimaras. Western Leyte and Biliran, Negros Oriental, Siquijor, Surigao, Misamis Oriental, and Cagayan de Oro City, Agusan, Zamboanga, and Davao. The Philippine Coast Guard said over 4,500 passengers, drivers, and cargo helpers are stranded in ports in Bicol Region, Calabarzon, and Eastern Visayas. About 970 rolling cargos, 29 vessels, and 6 motorbangkas are also stranded. Meanwhile, 73 vessels and 45 motorbangkas are also currently taking shelter in ports. And in other news, 4 human trafficking victims recruited to illegally work in Thailand, Laos, and Dubai were rescued by the immigration authorities. Immigration Commissioner Norman Tansinko said the victims claimed they were recruited via Facebook ads. The passengers were intercepted at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 1 after they attempted to board a Tiger Air flight to Singapore last October 17. 3 of them admitted that they were recruited to work as customer service representatives to be deployed to Thailand and Laos. The 4th was on her way to Singapore to claim a visa to work as a household service worker in Dubai. Meanwhile, immigration agents also arrested a Ghanaian suspected to be the mastermind of a West African syndicate that hacks automated teller machines in the Philippines. The suspect was identified as Victor Patrick, who was arrested last October 14 at the parking lot of a mall in Bicutan. Intelligence Division Chief Fortunato Manahan Jr. said Patrick was seen to frequent several big banks in Barangay Moonwalk in Parañaque. Patrick arrived in the country in 2019 and applied for a missionary visa, but was later found out that the company he was with was fake. Tansinko said they are in close coordination with local law enforcement agencies to locate and arrest foreign scammers and their cohorts in the country. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head onto the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the pages of the Office of the Press Secretary and on Radio Pilipinas RP1. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good evening, everyone, and stay safe.